We're breaking down 5 really harsh truths that most people just actively avoid talking about because, well, they're uncomfortable. But recognizing them, that's literally the only way you're going to change the trajectory of your life.
I need to be completely raw and direct with you right now. If you're just looking for a comfortable pat on the back or that kind of fake motivation that makes you feel productive without actually doing anything, please leave right now. This explainer is absolutely not going to sugarcoat the truth. It's designed only for those of you who are genuinely serious about taking control of your lives. So if you're staying, you need to listen all the way to the end.
So, the biggest trap we fall into when we're young is this specific bubble called the non-consequences fallacy. Basically, it's this incredibly dangerous illusion that you just have unlimited time. You know the feeling, right? You think to yourself, oh, I'll magically make a massive comeback later. Or, everything's gonna change tomorrow, I'm the exception to the rule. But honestly, are you? You stay stuck in this loop and then suddenly you hit 25, 30, or 35 years old, and boom, the bubble pops. You realize your prime years are completely gone, just wasted while you were sitting around waiting for the perfect moment.
Which brings us to truth number 1. No one will save you.
It's time to completely stop viewing yourself as a helpless victim of your circumstances. Take a look at Abhinav's paradox here. So on the left side, we've got Abhinav. He's incredibly talented, he works super hard, and he's actually doing great in his 9-to-5 job. He knows for a fact he could make 5 to 10 times more money if he just started his own business. But look at the right side. 0 execution. He's totally paralyzed by the fear of taking a risk. He's basically just waiting around for the perfect idea to magically pop into his head, or for some mentor to come along and hold his hand. Honestly, he's wasting his massive potential waiting for a savior.
So the crucial point is, you need to completely shatter this illusion that a perfect mentor or some magical golden opportunity is just gonna fall right into your lap. You are not a special child of the universe who's just guaranteed success. I mean, your parents love you, absolutely, but let's be real, they're tangled up in their own daily problems. Your teachers, they have dozens of other students to worry about, and your friends are literally just trying to figure out their own messy lives right now. Nobody is coming to push you to work out, or to study, or to learn that new skill.
If you want something, you've got to do it yourself. And yeah, I get it, that's terrifying. Because from right now on, everything is on you. Your grades, 100% your fault. Your physical health, 100% your fault. Your financial future, literally 100% your fault. But look at the bright side of this equation for a second. Taking complete ownership gives you 100% of the power. You're no longer just waiting on the sidelines. You finally actually become the main character of your own story.
Let's move to truth number 2, the screen time trap. Guys, this is the biggest, most immediate danger for young people today. If you can just manage to reduce your screen time to less than an hour a day, you automatically put yourself ahead of 95% of your competition. While everyone else is throwing their prime years down the drain, you're actually building a future. Just let that number sink in for a second. If you spend just 4 to 7 hours a day on your phone, which, by the way, is entirely average right now, you are wasting between 1,460 and 2,555 hours every single year.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real cost. In any given year, a chronic scroller is burning up to 106 entire days. That is literally a third of your year, just completely lost. To put that into perspective, you could literally walk from New York to Los Angeles in 106 days. But instead, you're throwing away your prime days on these 15-second videos that you're going to completely forget in 15 minutes anyway.
And you know what the most messed up part is? It's actually not entirely your fault. You are fighting a war against the smartest engineers in Silicon Valley. They intentionally design these apps to manipulate your dopamine levels and keep you hooked. They know exactly when to send that little notification to pull you right back in. You think you're using their app, but you're not. You are the product. You're being manipulated so they can make money. And right now, if you're just staring at a screen all day, you are actively losing the battle.
All right, truth number 3, habits frame your future. We all do it, right? We all have that, oh, I'll start next week mentality. I'll get serious next semester. I'm definitely gonna start next year. But that exact mindset is actively destroying your potential. Because spoiler alert, tomorrow never actually comes. You just remain exactly who you are today. Our source anchors this truth on this really fantastic quote from Steve Jobs. For the first 30 years of your life, you make your habits. For the last 30 years, your habits make you. Listen, a 35-year-old who was broken and unhealthy didn't just become that way overnight. It wasn't just one giant failure. It was the result of thousands of tiny daily micro decisions and bad habits that just slowly compounded over time.
Think of it kind of like this. Every single action you take is literally a vote for the type of person you're gonna become. When you hit snooze on your alarm in the morning, you're casting a vote to become a quitter. When you spend hours mindlessly scrolling, you're casting a vote to destroy your own discipline. In fact, if you're feeling the urge to click away from this explainer right now, well, that's exactly what we're talking about. Your current bad focus and lack of attention span is a habit you've already voted for, and it's exactly why you're struggling to even finish this.
Moving on to truth number 4. You will lose your friends.
Okay, this one is gonna sting a bit, but it's totally necessary. There is a massive social cost to self-improvement. We all really want to believe that our childhood friend group is gonna stay super tight forever, but the reality is that adult growth often breaks those bonds. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it breaks down the types of friends you actually have. First up, you have convenience friends. You're basically only friends because you sit next to each other in class, right? Once that proximity is gone, you realize there was actually zero real connection there. Then you have stagnant friends. Honestly, these are dangerous. They want the comfort of staying exactly the same. When you start taking life seriously, they will actively mock your growth. They're gonna taunt you, tell you you've changed, or joke that you think you're the next billionaire. And finally, you have growth friends, the rare ones who mutually inspire, challenge, and really support you.
You need to sit down and honestly evaluate who is pulling you up and who is just dragging you down. You've got to slowly start cutting off the time wasters. The source makes this crystal clear. It is far better to be alone and working on yourself than to be surrounded by people who actively keep you small. Self-isolation for the sake of your own growth is vastly superior to toxic proximity.
And finally, truth number 5, avoiding life's biggest regret. Let's look way ahead into the future for a second, to an existential truth that you are inevitably going to face when you're older. See, we are so terrified of failing today. We're terrified of looking stupid in front of other people, but we desperately need to radically reframe this fear. Embarrassing yourself, failing at a startup business, getting rejected, all of that is completely recoverable. You can easily bounce back from all of it. But wasted time, man, that is gone forever. The biggest risk in life isn't failing, it's just never trying at all.
When you look back, your true regrets are not going to be the things you tried and failed at. Your regrets will be wasting your teenage years and your 20s just staring at a glowing rectangle, or being too afraid to approach that person you liked, ignoring your physical health when you actually had the energy to build a strong foundation, playing it totally safe instead of actually getting out there and building real experiences. You've got to stop waiting for the perfect time, because newsflash, the perfect time is a complete illusion.
Let's move to and see how this builds on a timeline. Watch how this actually plays out. At 20, you have this grand illusion of infinite time. Everything feels like it's miles and miles away. Then at 25, the bubble suddenly pops. The real world hits hard, and you realize the clock is ticking really loudly. By 30, you are firmly living with the consequences of your inaction from the previous decade. As you can see, your window of prime years is shrinking rapidly.
So here is the final ultimatum from our source material. In 5 years, you're going to be in one of two places. You will either be incredibly thankful that you faced these uncomfortable truths and actually took action today, or you will be filled with deep, deep regret because you did absolutely nothing just so you could look cool and stay comfortable. Remember, growth literally only ever happens in a state of discomfort.
Look, you can ignore everything we just covered today and go right back to scrolling, or you can take control right now. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative question to really reflect on. Which of these 5 bitter truths hit you the hardest? Seriously, think about it. Make a decision and start acting on it today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.